To me, our move to the FBS means that there are going to be a lot of expectations going into this next semester, especially from a lot of the new members coming into the MRDs who probably have heard things when applying to JMU about, the football team, about sports, about, how JMU is only, going to all these bowl games and doing all these really incredible things with the sports, and how they may be coming into the season with the expectation of going to a bowl game. One of my goals as section leader is going to be recognizing when it comes time to start planning for these long-term scenarios, long-term events, to make sure it's clear. We have the possibility of going to these bowl games and going further on in sports and continuing the season longer into like November and December. But we also have this other path, which involves, the winter parade, which involves showing up for events when we're needed, showing up for, the block party, showing up for all of these things that put the MRDs in the spotlight, that help represent not just the MRDs, but JMU as a whole. I think some of the other challenges that we would likely be facing next semester are if we do go to certain bowl games, managing feelings of depending on how many people can go. I am a freshman this year, and I wasn't able to go to a couple of things. I wasn't able to go to the UVA game, and I also wasn't able to go to Pensacola for pep band, both of which is okay. But especially during marching band season, when it came to the UVA game, there were a lot of people who had their hopes up to go. A lot of freshmen who were really excited at the possibility, they saw it on the roster and they were like, oh my god, I'm gonna get to go to UVA and like see this really cool, really hyped up game. I'm gonna be in the stands. And then they didn't get picked and they were disappointed. Helping to make sure that those expectations are also managed, and that something that helped me a lot when that happened to me was me and a bunch of the freshman mellophones got together and did a watch party from one of our dorms, and we it was organized beforehand. We were all like, all right, since none of us are going, we can just do this. So helping to make sure that even if not everyone who wants to go to certain events is going to be able to go to certain events, making sure there are still things for them to do to stay connected and feel included and feel like they get to participate in the action and in the hype, and they still get to feel part of the section and the band, even if they can't actually be there physically in person. I think it's also important to remember that we can't control what the football team does and what the basketball team does and what our sports does. As exciting as the FBS move is, we need to keep our focus on what we can control, which is our performance as MRDs and our performance as a section. And we have so much to focus on just as the MRDs, making sure we don't get too distracted, especially during hard games where people can have really big emotions, and making sure that we're there to help kind of calm things down if they ever get out of hand again.